Junk Man.
Here's some crap I put together.
Hey guys, Junk Man here. It's been a couple weeks since I made a video, and well, I got busy. Been doing a lot of projects around the house. Let's take a look at some of those actually. In the kitchen, everything's a disaster. We've been remodeling, so my wife's been on me to get a dishwasher forever, but we just don't have room for it. So I built this little standalone cabinet. It's not great, but we're actually going to do a full gut in here in about 4 months. That might be put off to next year because of the baby, but this whole thing's going to be remodeled and we'll get that thing in a proper cabinet. So this room got the most work. We did a full gut basically except for the walls, but we got a new double stack. We had a side-by-side, but the double stack gives us so much more room. And then we had terrible outdoor carpet in here when we bought the house. And it was impossible to keep clean. The dogs would come in through the doggy door there, drag in mud and water. So then you'd have to vacuum and carpet shampoo the floor in here to get it clean. It was terrible. And now that the dog food and water is out in the laundry room, we have room for a small kitchen table. So that's great. She's been on me about that. We just got these crappy folding chairs. We ordered new chairs, but only the bottoms came. And so yeah, folding chairs. And that brings us to today's video. Hooray! So today I wanted to talk about counterfeit games. I got some authentic games and some counterfeit games and how that affects purchasing actually good games like Clay Fighter. So let me switch to a GoPro and we'll get started. Alright, got my GoPro on. And so basically we're just going to talk about some of the telltale signs of these fake Nintendo 64 carts. For instance, whenever I go and buy games from a game store, both of these came from a game store, I always take my N64 screwdriver and a Phillips. Usually I take a smaller Phillips than this bad boy, but those are the ones you'll need to check the authenticity. In the description, I'll include a link to a forum where they have a photograph of every single circuit board ever for all these N64 games. So you'll be able to look it up quickly and know you have a valid board or not. Usually, you know right away. I've never seen a really good fake. So let's get into it. Oh, baby. Turok Rage Wars Grey cart. Oh, baby. Anyway, so got some reals and some fakes. I didn't actually own Smash Brothers. I started with Melee on GameCube, so I had to buy this from a game store. But I went on eBay and I bought two of the cheapest reproduction carts, and that happened to be these two guys here. I'm 40 games away from a full collection, so I actually have to deal with this quite a bit. I just bought Ogre Battle 64 on eBay. It's a $50 game, and I got it for 38 bucks winning the auction. And then when I got it, it was a fake. So, whoa! Say, hey, how y'all doing in there? Benji, what you knocking over, bud? I get it in a minute. Okay, so backward. A little distraction. So anyway, I got it for 38 bucks, so it was quite a steal, but when he sent it, even though he said it was authentic in the auction, it was a fake. So always check your carts. So starting off, okay. Yeah, okay, so starting off, let's go with Goldeneye. So you'll notice right away that the labels are darker. I don't know why none of the pirate carts can get the colors right, but the labels are always darker. So that's right away, that's something easy to tell. The codes on the cart, I don't know if I can get kinda. You'll see it says USA-1. That's because it's a Player's Choice million seller. So this cart, this label is actually good. I see it all the time that they have the wrong number identifier for that. If there's no identifier, it's really hard to, it'll just say USA. If it's a million seller, it'll be that -1. Anyway, so this one is actually correct. On the back of the carts, here's the real one. you'll see that the Nintendo logo is much shallower than the authentic cart. I don't know why they can't get that right either, but you can just see it's more shallow. And the second thing is the back sticker. On the fake cart, it's always a little more tan or brown than the gray of the original, so that's a telltale. And finally, the lines on the cart. The lines on the new carts are actually thinner than the lines on the old cart. So on the Smash Brothers here, top one is the fake one. You can see, I don't know if you can actually see it, but it says -1, but this isn't the $1 million seller. What are y'all doing? This isn't the $1 million seller, so yeah. Should have a little gold badge there. Okay, and of course all the problems on this cart are on the Goldeneye cart as well. The shallow Nintendo logo and the slightly tan sticker on the back. So let's actually open these suckers up and we'll see the real boards and compare them to the fake boards. Now I'm going to fast forward through this because it's going to be boring. Now when I was a kid, I remember we used to take ballpoint pens and take the ink stick out of it and melt the end and press it into the screw, and that would kind of like make the shape of this screw, and that was how we made our own little makeshift Nintendo screwdrivers. But if you're gonna do this at a game store, I highly suggest getting one of these. They're dirt cheap on eBay. Like, you can get both sizes for like $2 to your door. So I'll put a link in the description. They're not affiliate. I am not signing up for that junk. So yeah. So here we go, right away. Oop. Fake Smash Brothers is on top here. You can tell right away on this one. I'll push them out a little bit. We'll do that. So anyway, the fake one you can see right away. Much smaller board than Smash Brothers here. And I have never seen a pirate card that actually said Nintendo on it. So if you see the Nintendo, you're probably all right. But again, you can look up the board on that forum and see the exact same thing. These pirate cart boards almost always look exactly like this. Sometimes they have a battery, sometimes they don't, depending on how it saves. So that's Smash Brothers. Let's take a look at Goldeneye. Okay, so here's the Pirate Goldeneye card. You can see it's basically identical to the Smash Brothers one. No battery. And of course, here's the authentic one. Again, it says Nintendo along the top. And many of the chips, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but the chips actually say Nintendo as well. Let me get my gross finger out of the way. No, can't get it to focus, but very small print, but it'll say Nintendo on the chips as well. So that's basically the gist of it. I've never seen anything more complicated than this. Says my camera is off. Okay. Anyway, so I've never seen anything more complicated than this. They are trying to deceive you. Nothing on these carts say they're reprints or reproductions or anything. So many eBay sellers are selling these. They're all over the place. You got to be careful and make sure you get yourself a set of screwdrivers. Bring them into the game store. If they're selling a good product, I've never had anyone complain about me checking. So, you know, due diligence and all that. So anyway, I'm Junkman. Be sure to subscribe for possibly more content like this.